What's cracking, y'all? It's your boy Junior Mafia coming back to you with another video. So we gotta talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw tonight, and this was a good ass show. I feel like that main event segment definitely delivered what I was expecting and whatnot, and definitely want to talk about that, and also with the Jay and Gunther situation too. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. So I'm gonna go back to a couple of things. We have some good matches, with the women's Intercontinental Championship on the line with Lara Valkyria taking on Bayley and all that. It was a very good match, and Lara Valkyria ended up winning the match with a roll up and whatnot. When it looked like after Bayley was gonna turn, she went back in the ring, gave a hug to Lara Valkyria, and that was the end of it. But it was a very good match. I kind of glossed over this, but Adam Pearce pretty much confirmed, which I was already talking about for the last 2 to 3 weeks, and that was that Bayley was going to get a triple threat match with Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Io Sky, and all that. So they had to do their contract signing, but you see the dispute between Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley and whatnot happening when they signed it and all, and they got a little aggressive. Then when Io, trying to chime in and all that, because she's not going to be pretty much the outcast of this. They kept mushing her away to where she had enough, and she's having her crash out moments when she left out the ring. And when like she's about to, she jumps on the top rope and does this crazy dive attack on Rhea Ripley, and goes on the attack of Bianca Belair and stuff, and pretty much gets the upper hand and just let it be known, like, y'all not going to treat me like as if I don't exist, and I am like the women's world champion, so to speak. So she got the title, walks out, and all that. So I wanted to bring that up too. Also, it's been confirmed that we having a fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental Championship, and that is Braun Breaker taking on Penta, taking on Finn Balor, taking on Dominic Mysterio, and Penta and Dom had a match later on in the show, and it was very good for the most part. And Penta ended up winning, and then Carlito goes on the attack and whatnot, and then Braun Breaker comes out. So when Carlito gets out of the ring and he's about to, I guess, confront Braun Breaker, he, my goodness, sprint down the ramp and does this crazy spear. Like it's like a torpedo coming straight at you, and you know how torpedoes is fast. And he literally just jumps in midair and spears the shit out of Carlito. Like, me talking about don't do no justice. Y'all have to check that out for yourself. That's how devastating it was. And he goes in there and he spears Dominic, spears Penta at that. And when it looks like he's standing tall and all that, you see Finn Balor behind him, and Finn Balor goes on the attack and pretty much was standing tall of it all. And for this match, I'm very interested in, because I kind of think Braun Breaker's not walking out of there still Intercontinental Champion. I believe 2 people could potentially win it: Penta or Dominic. And everything points in the direction for me to go with Penta to win, but I won't be surprised if Dom somehow sneaks his way and ends up winning the Intercontinental Championship. So that's just my thought on it. And also, I think that'll be at the moment where Finn and him will definitely clash, and Judgment Day probably will split up from there. So I think that's bound to happen down the line. So there's that. But I want to talk about what happened with Gunther and Jay. So they pretty much gave a recap of what happened last week and all that, how Gunther went on attack and brutally beat the shit out of Jimmy Uso. And you see him coming towards the ring and all that. So he gets into the ring and all, and he has a mic. And look, when it looks like he's about to speak, in comes Jay music. And what my mindset was when Jay was coming into the ring, I wanted him to just had a serious face. No yin, none of that stuff. Just go out there and be on full attack mode and really crash the fuck out to where he gets his revenge after what happened last week, what Gunther did to Jimmy. So he comes out there, the crowd, they get in, but he's just standing there, got his glasses on, with a straight face, don't even care, and just walking down the stairs. So he gets into the ring and all that. And again, I'm thinking he's going to go in full attack mode. He just gets in there, looks Gunther right in his face, takes the glasses off, and pretty much asks him, you have a mother? Do she, calls you to check on the wife, the grandson and all that? How was your day? Did you eat? All that stuff, right? Then he brings up, I have a mother too. And it was a different conversation with that. And bringing up that with Jimmy being in the hospital and him not doing anything about it. Because she questioned, like, why didn't you do anything, Joshua? Like, how did you let this happen? To where Jay says that I was scared. He knew what to do at that moment, and he panicked. Then he brings up at that dark moment right there, at the darkest moment in that ring, when all of that happened, a light bulb just hit me, and it was to the point where I didn't feel scared anymore, and that he's saying that that he definitely going to get his get back for what he did to Jimmy, what he did to himself and everything, especially since he got family involved in this. So I like where Jay was really tapping into, that person where it's like, now you cross the line of getting family involved in the situation. Now I got to get you. He started doing the hand pointing and all that too. Like, the typical Jey Uso who would say, I gotta go get you type shit. Like, this is him doing that. And I'm like, I've been waiting for this moment to kick in now. And one thing he said that stuck with me and made this interesting was, he said, I'm going to pray for you. I ain't going to pray for myself, but I'm going to pray for you. He said, because when I lay my head down and whatnot, excuse me. He says, I want you to go talk to your mother. Go talk to her and all that before WrestleMania. And he said, I'm going to pray for you too. He said, because when I lay my head down the night before WrestleMania, and when that day comes, I'm praying to the Lord in the sense of he's sorry for what the man he's going to become when they step into the ring, because he's going to beat the crap out of Gunther and said, I got to get you for what you did to me, what you did to Jimmy and everything like that, and pretty much standing on business. And now I thought at the end it was going to get it like a attack mode and attack Gunther afterwards. But he said what he said, threw the mic at Gunther and left out. So I think it was very interesting how that whole thing went down. But I still felt like, have Jay been on attack mode, it would have made things a lot better and a whole lot more interesting, so to speak. So I don't know. Maybe next week we probably get that. If Gunther somehow pushes Jay's button again to where he just snaps. So I think that could potentially happen next week once they encounter, because that will be the go home show for WrestleMania. So we'll see how things turned out. But that was a very good segment from Jay. Gunther didn't say anything. Jay pretty much did all the talking. Now I want to get to the main event and what happened later on the show. So Paul Heyman was in the building because he was going to address about the whole Punk favor that he said last week. And Paul Heyman goes on and he pretty much says that how he's loyal to Roman Reigns, how he's loyal to his best friend CM Punk, and that he can't be disloyal to them. And he pretty much says let's get something perfectly straight. That's going to happen at WrestleMania. And right when he's about to say something, in comes Seth Rollins. So Seth gets in there and grabs the mic, and he's talking to Paul, and he brings up that you saying that you're loyal to both Punk and Roman and all that. But have they been loyal to you lately? Then he brings up the history. And I love this because Seth Rollins, he was cooking in this segment. Let me say that again. He was cooking in that segment. So he brings up about Roman Reigns, about like last year when he lost the WWE Championship, and who was the person that helped him lose it was Seth Rollins. He was the MVP of WrestleMania 40. I said, how ironic, this was a year ago on the exact same day. And afterwards, when he went on his hiatus, did he take you with him? Paul Heyman says no. He said he left you high and dry with Solo Sikoa. And, we saw how that whole thing went down. And how, he pretty much left you to get destroyed at your hometown of New York in MSG when, they put him through the announce table because he wasn't acknowledged Solo as his tribal chief. So as a result, he put him through the announce table and pretty much packed him up, so to speak. And nobody came and helped him. Then he brings up with CM Punk. He says, well, Punk, you talking about he's your best friend and all that, but when he came back, he said he left him 10 years ago and whatnot, and pretty much didn't bring Paul with him to, the other company, AEW, of course, and how he just left you here and was trying to tear down what he was trying to build and what Paul Heyman was trying to build in WWE. That he comes back and all that, and think everything was smooth and all. And right when you got attacked, he never has showed up either. So Seth is making a lot of valid points on what he was saying to Paul Heyman, and was bringing up that they've been very disloyal to you and stuff, and saying that you need to make a choice of what's going to happen at WrestleMania. It's not going to be easy whatsoever. And brings up that you can isolate yourself out of this situation right now, and they can only be just the three of us. And we're saying, all right, like, if it was true and they care about you, let's see how much you really worth. Because in Seth's mind, he like, I could personally take you out by myself and all of this could be forgotten. Then he proceeds to pretty much push Paul Heyman around, telling him how much you really worth, being at WrestleMania. Then Paul steps up and he says, don't you put your damn hands on me and all that. And you see Paul's trying to step up for himself now and, be the bigger guy in this. And Seth looked at the situation like, oh, you want to go on attack? Cool. I might as well just pack you up, so to speak. And when the leg's about to happen, in comes CM Punk. And he's running down the ring, gets in the ring. Him and Seth get into a battle of fisticuffs, led to outside of the ring and stuff. And CM Punk gets the upper hand. He removes the steel steps and whatnot, and it looked like he's about to do his version of a curb stomp until Seth gets into the ring. So when he goes in there, Seth look at that perfect time to curse off CM Punk. He do it. Paul Heyman looks shocked and all, and when he went to go check on CM Punk to make sure he was okay, in comes Seth Rollins, and he has Paul in a position where he can get curb stomped. And right when the leg's about to get executed, Paul moves out the way a bit, and Seth gives him that look. And he says, I spared your life. Now you owe me a favor. And walked off. And now this is when things get interesting. Because at one point, I thought that Paul Heyman could potentially turn on Roman and align himself with CM Punk. And that will be the whole thing moving forward. Now, you add Seth Rollins into the mix. And what he said to Paul Heyman, that actually was truth to everything he said when it came to Roman Reigns and when it came to CM Punk and them not looking for, like pretty much not protecting Paul Heyman or being loyal to him, so to speak. And not with Seth, he can probably align himself with Paul Heyman or the other way around, so to speak. So now it really starts to build up, and it could, I swear to God, it could be some crazy things that happen in this match. We just have to wait and see. And I'm looking forward to what's going to happen next week, especially with Roman Reigns being in the building, since it's the go-home show for WrestleMania. So I'm looking forward to it, and I definitely can't wait. But overall, this was a good-ass show. Like I said before, me talking about it ain't going to do justice. Y'all have to go check it out for yourself and whatnot. So if I had to get a rating, for me, I would give it like a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10. The last segment was a 10 out of 10 segment right there. It was some okay parts through Monday Night Raw. I think the low point was the New Day versus the Viking Raiders. Or the War Raiders. What do you call them? Well, I think War Raiders, so to speak. Anyways, I think that was the low point of the show. But everything else was pretty good. Pretty fucking good. So there's that. But comment down below. Y'all let me know what was your favorite part of Monday Night Raw and whatnot. And did you enjoy the segment with Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk? Or did you enjoy the segment with Gunther and Jay? So y'all let me know in the comments down below. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I drop content right here on this channel. And I appreciate your love and support. Road to 200 subscribers. Continue to keep God first. Trust the process of anything that you do in life. Your time will come. And I'm going to catch you on the next video. Peace.